in one way or the other. There is no person who is a citizen or a resident that will wish that violence erupts where he or she stays. So we will continue to urge you every opportunity we have to engage constructively, engage objectively, engage in manner and ways and means that will promote our unity, promote peaceful coexistence, promote togetherness, shun violence, and of course all divisive tendencies and anything that will affect negatively the upcoming elections. These have always been our position and preaching, and we won't get tired saying that, and we don't think there is an overdose of talking peace. For us in the DSS, we want every person to be peaceful and law-abiding. On our own, we must always, at all times, carry out our mandate, fulfill all our statutory and constitutional obligations towards the peace and unity of Nigeria. A few hours ago today, the DSS convened a meeting of the NNPC Limited, the regulatory authority, NPPRA, and other stakeholders in the energy supply chain, in the downstream sector particularly. And among those who were also invited to the meeting were Moman, Major Oil, Marketers Association of Nigeria. We also invited IPMAN, Independent Marketers. We invited Tanker Drivers, PTD. We invited Nupeng. We also invited NATO. And the invitation is to look at the security implications, to look at what has become or what is assuming a national security dimension, this fuel scarcity. And we were very apt, we were clear and direct in telling all these stakeholders that enough is enough. That Nigeria and the fuel supply chain, the fuel supply system, whatever the hurdles are, must be resolved. And Nigerians have all, they have every right to have access to this product. And we insisted that whatever the issues were must be resolved here and now, here and today. And the message of the DG and the service was very direct, was very clear, and was unpretentious. We told all the parties that we will not continue to tolerate, and whatever the issues are, they must go above board and go beyond their good, their best. They should go beyond their best to ensure adequate supply, sufficiency in supply, and we insisted that the service will also collaborate, partner with every stakeholder in the distribution line or system to ensure sufficiency. For those who may want to query or raise questions as to what our business is in discharging this responsibility, we know, and you also know, constitutionally, statutorily, the service is charged with the role, the mandate of detecting and preventing threats against the internal security of Nigeria, detecting and preventing crimes against the internal security of Nigeria. And the service is also charged with the responsibility of investigating economic sabotage of national security dimension. We are not saying yet that the fuel scarcity is as a result of economic sabotage, but if it comes to that, we will rise to the occasion and we will take it to the end by way of investigation, by way of ensuring that whatever the issues are brought to light, and possibly the ones that demand policy actions, we make sure we take them to the relevant authorities for definitive solutions. It is on this basis that this meeting was convened, and we spoke. Every stakeholder in that meeting was frank, and they were open to the discussions. They commended the DSS for taking this initiative, and we are happy that the meeting was actually convened. And every stakeholder spoke openly, spoke to the issues, and a lot of constraining factors were raised. I'm not speaking for an NPC, and I'm not speaking for any of those stakeholders, organizations, or other personalities that came for the meeting. I'm speaking for the DSS, and speaking through to the action and the preemptive steps we took to resolve the issue. And after listening to all the parties, an NPC, MOMAN, IPMAN, DAPMAN was also in the meeting, depot owners, and multiple factors were raised. But one of the significant, one of the major takeaways from the meeting was that there is sufficiency of product in the country, and all the stakeholders agreed, all the people and the organizations and associations that were in the meeting agreed that there is indeed sufficiency, availability of product with an NPC, despite all other issues and factors that were raised. And the question became, or the question is, if there is sufficiency, why the scarcity? Why the lines? And we also made it clear that whatever solution that we made or agreed on must be implemented. And as a matter of fact, some resolutions were actually agreed on. And some of these resolutions include an NPC's commitment that moving forward, it will continue to make product available at the official ex-depot rate to marketers, and particularly IPMAN. An NPC also agreed to decentralize its distribution channels to impact positively on marketers, and again, particularly IPMAN. No, the first one, they agreed that they will sell the product at the official ex-depot price to all marketers, not with the exception of any marketer, please. And NPC agreed and resolved that moving forward, they will sell the products at an official ex-depot price to all marketers. And NPC also agreed to decentralize its distribution, especially in the Lagos areas and indeed across Nigeria, to impact positively on marketers and particularly IPMAN. There was also a resolution that MOMAN will review on daily basis with an NPC over distribution issues. The idea of the review is to ensure that bottlenecks surrounding issues of PFI and other issues in the distribution system and channel issues, challenges surrounding that are timely resolved. There was also an agreement that marketers will also operate their depots almost on 24-hour basis. PTD, petroleum tanker drivers, also agreed that their members will be, all hands will be on deck for the lifting of products across the country. And on the side of the DSS, we agreed, where need be, to provide security to ensure seamless distribution. But overall, the stakeholder meeting resolved, and we are insistent on such resolution that the fuel distribution system must improve, or the challenges must be completely eliminated in the next 48 hours. We made it very clear that the period of grace we will give, within this period, we are finding solutions to this economic challenge, is 48 hours. And that after 48 hours, we will, as a matter of urgency and the mandate, carry out operations across the country, and we wouldn't mind whose ox is cut in the process of executing such projects or such operation if any person, group of persons, individuals, or any person, as a matter of fact, or company decides to be obstructive to the operation of easing of petroleum distribution in the country. And we sounded a clear note of warning to the marketers, to other stakeholders, and every other person who is involved in this process, that we will not, it wouldn't be business as usual. Whatever the challenge is, must be resolved, and resolved quickly, and be resolved in the next 48 hours, and after which we will be in the field for, for enforcement actions across the country. We will set our commands and our platforms on alert. We have done that, to be on the watch and procure intelligence and information that relate to obstructive tendencies of certain persons and elements who may want to sabotage the agreed efforts. So we want to call on Nigerians to support peace and do not take laws into their hands, particularly at a time like this. An NPC and the multiple stakeholders in the industry and the sector have given a commitment that there will be a seamless distribution of product and that the season, the Utah season, will not witness acute scarcity and that there will be peace moving forward. I think those were the key issues. If I don't know if I'm leaving anything in, okay, an NPC also agreed to commence 24-hour loading across the country. An NPC said they will sell products to marketers, including Ipman, at agreed ex-depot price. DAPMAN has agreed to open their depots 24 hours where there is adequate security. And of course, I said in the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Agency committed itself to fast-tracking clearances, for both vessel operators and depots. And Ipman committed itself to ensuring that product is available across the country. And Upeng has also said that his members will be on ground for 24 hours to load products. NATO committed itself to the fact that there won't be diversion of products, that their members will go and load and take to appropriate destinations. So whatever the issues were, whatever the disagreements were in the meeting, whatever that was raised by the stakeholders as the challenges, is not in the place of this meeting to discuss all of that. What is of utmost concern is the agreement and the resolutions and commitment of parties to ensure adequate distribution of product. Just a recap, an NPC assured that there was and there is sufficiency, and all the parties that attended the meeting agreed that an NPC has a sufficiency that will last beyond the beyond the Utah and even longer than that. In fact, an NPC says it has about 1.9 billion liters in stock. That's almost 2 billion liters in stock. And nobody in the meeting disputed that. Everyone who spoke said an NPC has the products. So the issues leading to the problems in distribution, the outcome of the resolutions and agreements were just exactly the things I have mentioned to you. And I said the importance of our intervention is the fact that the well-being of Nigerians is also of utmost importance to the DSS, because in the discharge of its duty, it has to detect and prevent crimes and threats against the internal security of the country. So we convened this meeting in the spirit of that mandate. And we believe that Nigerians will continue to support security agencies to perform at optimal, support government, not take laws into their hands, or allow misguided individuals and groups to use this opportunity of fuel scarcity to engage them in untoward activities or use it to incite violence of any nature. And for groups and persons who may wish to do this or use the opportunity of this to incite violence of any type, the DSS will not give them the opportunity. We will rise to the occasion. We have risen to the occasion. We will partner with all groups and the law-abiding persons and stakeholders to ensure that that peace is achieved in this regard, and that Nigeria will be a place where every one of us who is law-abiding will pursue their legitimate businesses without